Ever heard of the game Dandy's World? If you have, then you know just how fun and frustrating it can be. But if you haven't, stick around for the top 5 Twisted to avoid when playing the game. And at the end of the video, I'll have a surprise just for you for the Easter event currently happening in the game. We all know what the Twisteds are, but for those of you who haven't played the game yet, Twisteds are the corrupt versions of the characters that you play. How this list is going to work is we'll start with easier Twisteds to deal with, where I'll briefly explain what they are and what their mechanics do, and then move on to the hardest. So, let's start easy. Oh, but before we begin, there is something you should keep in mind. Every floor you traverse in the game has a panic mode. This mode is activated when the final extractor is completed and the elevator opens. While I explain how certain mechanics work, keep in mind that all of that goes out the window when panic mode is activated. When panic mode is activated, Twisteds will usually go full aggro, no matter what. There will be a Twisted later in this list that may seem exempt from this rule, but I promise you they're not. So, let's really get started. At number 5, we have Razzle and Dazzle. Razzle and Dazzle, or Razzle Dazzle, or just Raz for short, are a pair of conjoined toons. Their heads both resemble the comedy and tragedy masks often seen in performing arts theater. Razzle is the white comedy mask shown by his maniacal smile and gray blush underneath his eye. Dazzle, on the other hand, is the gray, almost black tragedy mask, who has white or almost gray tear streams falling down his cheeks. When you arrive at a floor that has Razzle and Dazzle, you'll see red, twisted vines on the floor, or on a wall depending where they are on the map. These vines contain Razzle and Dazzle, and you can walk into them. Razzle and Dazzle are generally calm. You can walk right up to them if you see them and they'll just leave you alone. They won't aggro unless you start sprinting. When you start sprinting in their vine circle, that'll trigger them to attack you. When panic mode is activated, try and stay away from Razzle and Dazzle's vine circle because they will immediately aggro, no matter if you're running or walking. So when you see Razzle and Dazzle and you just have to go past them, go slow, or just take the long way around. Moving on to number 4, we have Glisten. Glisten is a broken mirror, visible for the crack in his face, and the only Twisted that seems self-aware that he is a Twisted. Glisten is another fairly easy Twisted to deal with, except for one thing. Glisten needs to be babysat. I'm not joking when I say he needs to be babysat. There's a purple bar above Glisten's head that begins to fill unless someone is with him. This bar indicates his loneliness, let's say. If you leave him alone for too long, the bar will fill up completely and he'll go berserk and attack the nearest toon. If you stay with him, there's a good chance you'll be fine. Now, earlier I mentioned a toon on this list that might seem exempt from the panic mode rule. This is that toon. The best strategy to deal with Glisten is to go into a run with at least one friend. At least. This makes babysitting Glisten a lot easier, but if you're on your own, it might be a little difficult. The best thing to do when you're with a team is to stay with him until the last extractor. When the last extractor is complete, he'll go berserk, no matter what, and you'll know because of the sound of shattering glass. So, if there's an extractor by the elevator, leave that one for last, and if you're on your own, abandon Glisten when you find the last extractor because you'll need to run. Oh, and one more thing. You'll know you have Glisten on the floor when the elevator door opens. Glisten comes with subtitles. At number 3, we have Goob. Goob looks like a kid's plushie, a soft appearance only contrasted by his arms elongated and dragging along the ground by his sides. Goob is a harder Twisted to deal with. He's not impossible, but will definitely make a run harder if he catches you. Just like his toon counterpart, Twisted Goob has the ability to outstretch his arms and grab any toon in his line of sight. His reach is fantastically and frustratingly long. When he grabs you, he can pull you to his location super quick, and when he does that, he instantly attacks, and there's no way to get out of his grasp until he attacks you. Best strategy for Twisted Goob is that if you know he's on a floor or you see him in the distance, stay out of his line of sight. If he can't see you, he can't grab you. Goob is one of the few common Twisteds that can deplete your hearts on a single floor very quickly just by his grab mechanic, so be super careful with this Twisted. Moving on, at number 2, we have Roger. Roger is a magnifying glass Twisted with a red eye that stares widely at you. His powers are that of disguise, which makes encountering him all that more surprising. Roger disguises himself as a research capsule, which are usually scattered throughout each floor you visit. But there is a difference between the real research capsule and a Roger research capsule. Real research capsules have film tape wrapped around them, while Roger's does not. It's an extremely minor detail, but something to look out for. The two easiest strategies in dealing with Roger are either paying attention to every capsule you encounter, or, if you know he's on the floor, just don't pick up any capsules. While this might be detrimental to any twisted research you're doing, it brings your survivability up by a lot. If you do end up encountering Roger, immediately start sprinting away from him. Roger is one of the only uncommon twisteds that leave you with two debuffs, Slow 3 and Confusion 3, which slow you down and make extraction skill checks harder, giving him a chance to attack you unless you're fast enough to get out of his line of sight. This might be a little easier than you thought. His rising animation takes a hot second. And at number 1, we have V. V is what's known as a main character twisted. This is made obvious by V's size in comparison to other twisteds. When you reach a floor that has V on it, you can hear V stomping around and making sounds. This is an uncommon trait that no other twisted shares. Only main character twisteds make sound when they walk and when they attack. Another unique quality that V has is the ability to create pop-ups akin to old Windows pop-up advertisements from the 90s. This can slow down extraction and character speed, as the player now has to get rid of the pop-ups by clicking the big red X in the corners of the pop-ups while either still extracting or running away. When V catches a toon on an extractor, she gives that toon the debuff Slow 2, which gives you 25% less movement speed while making pop-ups appear on that player's screen. V is the hardest to deal with, only because of how annoying she is with the constant pop-ups and the slow debuff she gives you when she sees you. And you have to be careful of that too. She can hear you from anywhere on the map, so you better get those skill checks good, because if you miss it even one, she's going to hunt you down. She's also really fast, especially when she slows you down. This makes it difficult to escape from her. What's more annoying is that the pop-ups happen no matter if she can see you or not. That's one way to tell if you have a V on the floor that you're on. Now, here's the surprise I promised from the beginning of the video. An Easter code for 100 Easter baskets to get you started, or to top off the right amount you need for the current Easter event happening in-game. And that's the list. Let me know what you think of this breakdown. If you think there are worse twisteds to deal with out there, let me know in the comments below. If you like this video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share it with your friends. I'll see you next time, guys!